Welcome to the Mark Savant Media question and answer show. Today, I'm talking about how I gauge the success of my videos. Let's get into it. Today's question comes from Two Dads, One Show podcast. And the question goes like this: Mark, how do you rate the success of your videos? Aside from the obvious, I look at various analytics like likes, view times, shares, thumbnail click rates. So there's a lot of obvious types of analytics that you definitely want to be looking at. But aside from all that, I think there's a couple things that you want to think about when gauging how successful your videos and your podcast are. I want to talk about a quick acronym that I look at personally called ALIVE. And let me explain what ALIVE stands for. So the first letter in the acronym of ALIVE is attraction. Am I attracting new people? If you're creating videos and podcasts, you always want to make sure that you're growing your audience and you're attracting new people. If you're not attracting new people, if you're not attracting new fans, then something's a little bit off. Why is that? Are you too niche down? Are you not niche down enough? Why are you not attracting new people? The second letter of the acronym is L, and that's for learning. Am I learning new skills? Above all, everything is changing all the time. And when you start producing a podcast or a video, you quickly realize that there's a lot to learn. As long as you're continuously learning new skills, you're really going to set yourself up for success. To me, that's the most important thing that you can be doing in 2020 and beyond, is learning all the time. Things are changing so rapidly. What worked on Facebook one month might not work next month. So just make sure that you're continuously learning. That's the second thing that I gauge my success in, is learning. The third letter is I, and that's for improving. You constantly need to be improving the quality of your content. It's funny, one of the things that I do when I'm listening to a new podcast or watching a new channel, so I always go back and I watch or listen to the first episode, and then I watch and listen to the latest. And it is amazing the difference that you see. You know, people are so afraid, they're so terrified to put themselves out there. But what you need to understand is your first episode is going to be your worst and your latest should be your best. As long as you're continuously improving the quality of your content, the quality of the video production, the quality of the sound, you're going to be great. You're going to be successful. And we're not talking leaps and bounds. When I first started my YouTube channel, it was just recording with my phone in front of my face. Pretty simple. When you start editing in programs like Adobe Premiere Pro and so on and so forth, it's a little bit overwhelming. There's a lot to learn. So what I did is I focused on, I'm just going to add one feature to each video. I'm just going to add one sound effect to each podcast. And as you go, you get an idea of what works and what doesn't work. But the common theme here is constantly and consistently improving, not by wide swaths, but by small individual adjustments. If your goal is to put out one video or one podcast a week for the next year, that's 52 opportunities for you to improve. And I would encourage you to continue improving. That's number 3. Number 4, V is for value. Am I providing value to people? And you might, this is something that a lot of people will get mixed up with or have a hard time gauging if they're giving value. One of the most obvious ways that I can determine that I'm providing value is people are giving me feedback. If I'm getting messages, if I'm getting emails, if people are DMing me and saying, Mark, I love this episode. I got a lot out of this. I'm learning. You inspired me. I know I'm providing value. And as you grow and we build up our ALIVE acronym, you'll find that as you're attracting new people and you're providing more value, you're getting more feedback, it's this kind of loop that starts to grow over time. So above all, I want to make sure that I'm giving value, providing value, because at the end of the day, if you're providing value and you're following these other steps, you're going to be wildly successful in your video or your podcast endeavor. My fifth and final letter of the acronym is E for execution. So it's really important that you have a system in place. And as you grow and you're improving, you're providing value and you're growing your audience, you need to make sure that you're executing on a system and you're refining that system. So from a podcast standpoint, there's so many steps of your system that it can be completely exacerbating. So continuously improving your execution is really critical to the success of your show and your sanity. And one of the keys that comes along with developing your systems and executing on those systems is you can start to bring in help. You can start to automate certain processes. You can start to eliminate certain processes. Maybe you can hire an assistant to help you. Right now, I've got 2 assistants, one that's helping me with social media posting and one that's helping me with video editing and redistribution. So being clear on your execution of systems is really vital to the quality of your videos and the success of your videos and your channel and your podcast long term. So there's a live. Am I attracting new people? Am I learning new skills? Am I improving the quality of my content? Am I adding value? And am I executing on my systems? If you can follow and execute on the ALIVE acronym, I promise you, you are going to have a very, very successful show. But before I let you go, I also want to say that patience is really important. One of the things that people get really caught up in is they post for a month and it doesn't work, it doesn't hit, and they give up. Focus on the long game, focus on patience. Most people are not going to go viral and just blow up overnight, but if you can build a snowball over time, it's incredibly, incredibly powerful, and that's what I would encourage you to do. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. I would love to connect with you. Leave a comment below. What's something that you struggle with in producing your show, in your videos, in your podcast? I'd love to hear from you so we can work together to make you better. Thanks for letting me be a part of your journey, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Peace.